History of Alcatraz. Before Alcatraz was a max security prison and a popular tourist attraction, it was a military fort. Alcatraz was home to the first West Coast lighthouse. The base was in the Civil War, then it turned into a max security prison. Alcatraz closed 29 years later due to high expenses. Most prisoners went to other prisons of the state, and some got released and either went to their families, stay, or while others had no place to go because they were poor, or the families were ashamed of their criminal past. Alcatraz Prison. Alcatraz is a tiny island but has warehouses, guardhouses, a dockhouse, a lighthouse, a cell house. It has a lot of trees, fields, bushes, and flowers. It is cold due to the chilling wind and the cold water. The Bay Area has been rumored to have great white sharks, which has been proven not to be true. But who knows, there have been sightings of sharks washing up on the San Francisco shore. Some believe it is too cold for people to swim, which is not true. You can swim, but the rushing currents make it easy to drown. Famous Alcatraz inmates: Al Capone, George Machine Gun Kelly, and Robert Stroud, the Birdman of Alcatraz, are just some of the famous inmates of Alcatraz. Al Capone owned a popular nightclub called the Four Deuces. He had been in crime since he was a young boy. He had turned his nightclub into a gambling house. He was then caught and transferred to Alcatraz. He was so rich and powerful he got his own personalized room. Escape from Alcatraz. Frank Morris, brothers John and Clarence Anglin are the most notorious criminals to ever try to escape. John and Clarence were troublemakers as kids. They kept getting into trouble. One day they tried to rob a bank with a toy gun. After that, they got 10 years in prison, but every time the government put them in jail, they just escaped. They got transferred to Alcatraz because most people thought Alcatraz was inescapable. They met Frank Morris, who had planned most of the escape. Frank Morris had a janitor job when he found a vent that could help them escape. They chiseled the vent. They also used objects and salt to make a mask. They stole raincoats for a raft, which they used to escape. No one has seen them to this day. Some say they drowned, others say they escaped and fled the country. There have been other inmates who have tried to escape, but no prisoners were as successful. Alcatraz today. Today, Alcatraz is one of the most popular tourist attractions in San Francisco. To get to Alcatraz, you have to take a ferry. Once you get there, you can explore the island, go see cells, or go on an audio tour. When I went to Alcatraz, I enjoyed the audio tour the most because you feel like a guard hearing screaming inmates who are there. Each year, more than 1 million people go to see Alcatraz. Facts. Notorious criminal Al Capone played the banjo in an inmate band at Alcatraz. After Alcatraz closed, it became a place for Native American activists. There was 14 escape attempts by 36 prisoners. Thank you for listening to my presentation.